had a 4-1 defeat tonight. What are your thoughts on the game as a whole?
Listen, well and truly beat. I think I got something wrong this evening. I think I got something wrong that I'll obviously deal with myself. But that being said, they were just first to everything. They bite in every single tackle. I think we sat off a little bit too much. We made poor decisions for the most of the first half. We didn't see where we were being able to get ourselves up the pitch. And yes, we have a way of playing, but surroundings sometimes don't allow that to happen. So you have to learn. And we did. Well, I thought we did. And then we make a couple of stupid decisions in the start of the second half. And yeah, 2 set pieces. I said to Coley, we've been old man. It felt like the old saying of you've been old man by someone, and they just fought harder. They just stuck their head, their feet. They appealed. They did what all good sides do, and they stayed relentless as well. And yeah, we were beaten by far the better side as well. By the way, it wasn't just we got beat by the better side. Yeah, I'm disappointed that it's 4-1. I think in some of the areas that we got in, we could have created a little bit more or had better chances. But listen, I'm delighted for Tris to score again, so that's good. And then the only positives from the second half is we get a chance to take a few players off and we live to fight another day. So listen, before this game we were 20 points behind them. We're now 23 points behind them. So it was a tall order to get anywhere near it. But the better side won, and fair play to them. They ran all over us.
I do believe that was Betts who scored.
Oh, was it Betts who scored? I thought it was Tris. That shows where my head is.
I was about to ask, right back game. Obviously, beginning of the season he was getting involved. Yeah. End of last season he was getting involved. I've seen him on the bagging a goal. Obviously, a highlight of the game. If
that's the case, it's easy at 4-0, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got there's no real risk to you going. The game looks pretty much done at that point. We score, of course, you're going to huff and puff for a second, but that's only when they drop their levels for 5 minutes. They drop their levels for 5 minutes, we scored. So if they don't drop their levels for 5 minutes, I don't believe we score today. Because again, they just defended well. They're nasty. They're a together bunch that just trying to do everything they can to get over the line. And on tonight's showing, from what I've seen from the rest of the league, they should have no issue doing so. And I really hope it's not the kiss of death on them, because that's probably one of the most intense performances I've seen from a side on a leveler of a pitch as well. A leveler of a pitch, they don't moan about it. They just get on with it and just fight. And yeah, we got old man today, and I'm big enough to hold my hands up. And as I say, I think I got maybe something wrong. So I certainly will watch it, especially thinking I did get something wrong. But we've got plenty right in the last 7 games. So for us to go 6 unbeaten, the 4 wins, the 2 draws, we've lost 1 in 7 games. So we're not doing too bad. No.
What's worse, I was going to ask about the condition of the pitch.
Yep.
But obviously you've just sort
irrelevant.
of spoken about
yeah,
it.
No, it's irrelevant because both sides have to play on it. And as I said to my lads there, yes, we have a DNA, we have a way of doing things, but you have to learn on the spot as well. And I said before the game, from the warm-up, this ain't going to be that type of game today, so we have to make good decisions. Whatever's working, if we have to go a tad longer, let's do that. We would do it in a couple of instances, and then we'd make silly decisions and get broken down in the middle of the park. So we didn't play the condition as well as they did, but pitch is irrelevant. The 2 teams are fighting for 3 points, and the home team fought harder and had us on the ropes, and yeah, got their 3 points.
So at half time came in 1-0 up, and the goal wasn't the greatest of goals to concede, but what was the team look like?
It was all based down on decisions, drop downs and decisions. So I think if we were closer to first balls, I think if you watched it back, you'd see about a 5-10 minute spell, probably 10 minute spell of a little bit more sustained pressure from us in the first half, getting out to Dex quite a bit, being able to get him 1v1. We had a couple of breakaways where a little bit better quality we might have been able to do more with, but that's no surprise came from when we were dropping on things more in midfield. then we stop doing it, and it gets scruffy, and there's just a lack of communication for the first goal, just not telling someone there's man on, but he's pressed in from 10-15 yards. It's a proper press. It then gets spun in behind. We don't react to it well. I thought we were lethargic from minute one. I thought we were a couple of yards away from them at all times, and as I say, they just ran harder and the better side won. I've got zero complaints about that game today, because I can sit here and be big enough to tell you when we're good, and I'll sit here and be big enough to tell you when we're bad, and I didn't think we were great, but as I've just said to them at full time, you've lost one game in 7 for context at the runaway league leaders, right? Do I believe on a different day we can get a different result? Of course I can, because I believe in the potential of the team, but for me, if 1 loss in 7 games, 4 wins, 2 draws in there, I think 99.9% of this league, other than these tonight, right now, would snap your hand off for it. So we're not in a bad position. We're still in a great position, really competitive position. And it's down to us to attack the playoffs.
Finally, Rushden Diamonds won tonight against Anstey 2-1, and back at home finally. To face them, what are your thoughts going into that?
Bounce back, they're in good form. I think that would have sent them just above us tonight. But we've still got the games in hand, so it's a great win for them away from him. I think Carlton will like that win even more than anybody, because again, Anstey were probably with their games in hand the closest team to putting them away. But listen, and I seriously mean this, because as much as there's certain things I don't like, and I live a different way and how I want to operate, the best side massively won this game today. They're 20 points clear of us, and 23 points clear of us, and 14 points clear a second for a reason, and they've shown that tonight because they ran harder than ever. So it's a good lesson, and as I said, you don't become a bad side overnight, but you do if you don't learn the lessons from this game. So when the conditions aren't suiting yourself, you learn, you run harder, you get closer, and then you'll get rewards from it. So fair play to them, and I genuinely wish them all the best, and I hope they get over the line but come the end of the season.